parents, this is Mrs. Carrier. I wanted to reach out to you and talk a little bit about the mid-year benchmark that students are going to be taking next week. So a benchmark is a test that lets us know on a continuum across the grade how a child is doing. The first and most important thing to know is it doesn't count as a grade. You know, when we were growing up, you took a test at the end of the unit and you got a grade. You got an A, you got a B, you got a C. Benchmark isn't like that. A benchmark tells us what a child understands and what they don't understand. And we don't use it for anything other than figuring out what to do next with them. We don't put it in the grade book. We just look at the results and start to say, okay, they can understand this, they're struggling with this. The benchmark tells us what their next steps are. It tells us the things that we should be working on. It lets us know if they have the prerequisite skills for things that we're teaching. So for example, if we're going to begin fractions, it tells us if they understand part and whole. So it's a really important test, and we give it 3 times a year, beginning of the year, mid-year, and end of the year. So we're going to be giving the mid-year one. Last year when we gave mid-year over the internet and allowed students to work on it at home, we had parents helping. And we understand you want to help a child who is struggling. The issue here is if you help the child, then we assume they can do it because the test comes back to us to say they understand. So if you work them through an answer and they don't truly understand it, we get false information. If your child is struggling on a question, the best thing to do is say, don't worry about it, guess and move on. Now the test is set up so that if a child gets a question wrong, it gives them an easier question. It takes them down a level. If they get it right, it gives them a harder question. So if we kind of follow that train, if you help them on a question that they don't understand and you understand it and you get it right, then the next question is going to be harder and you're going to have to help them again and you are going to get it right. So we would assume that if you answer for them, it's going to take them harder and harder and tell us they can do things that they can't do. So by telling your child, nope, you're taking this on your own, if you're not sure, just do your best, and if you don't know, you can guess. It's going to then figure out where they truly are. Now, if I take the test for my child, you know, I took calculus, so the math test, I'm going to do pretty well. Well, my child isn't ready for calculus, and I don't want the computer to think they are. So we really need to just give our kids that encouragement and support for their mental health's sake, but we can't give them the academic support. That's how the test works. Please, we're going to be giving it next week, and just reassure your children. They are to do their best, and that's all we can ask of them. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.